crafty friends. It is Monday, June 8th, 2020. Yes, it is still 2020. And I have a few crafty things to share with you today. My name's Caroline. Welcome back. If you're new here, hello, nice to meet you. And if you're an old friend, always nice you stop by for a visit. I have some knitting and some stitching to share with you today that I've worked on the last couple of days. And I have a giveaway to start with today because it's Monday. And I haven't done a regular Because Monday giveaway the last few weeks. I've done some giveaways. I've had some really nice things from other people to give away. And in fact, it's the same situation today. I received a lovely email from Kay, Crafty Cat, a number of weeks ago now, and Kay very generously offered up 2 charts. One's from her stash that she knows she's never going to get around to stitching, that she thought she would pass on to a new home, and the other chart is one that she has 2 copies of, and she would like to mail out the second copy of the extra chart. So because it's Monday and because we're getting back into the swing of things around here, these giveaways are going to happen on the Facebook group, Friday Off the Grid. So you can find that group on Facebook, Friday Off the Grid. You have to answer a couple of questions in order to be into the group. Not because I'm trying to, keep people out, but because I have a lot of people try to join the group because they think it's an off-grid living group. And so people who are interested in alternative energy sources and things like that, which I also find very interesting. However, this is not the group for that. So that's why I ask those questions, because I can often weed out who really, is kind of trying to join the wrong group. So please join us over there. It's a great group of stitchers, crafters, and we keep it kind, and we keep it 99.9% about stitching. There is, we have a Friday Off the Grid baby. His name is Kai. And he is the grandson of one of our members, Lisa. And Kai was born prematurely a number of months ago. I believe he was born 4 months premature. And his grandma, Lisa, gives us an update every Friday on both Kai and her whips that she's been working on. So I believe on Friday she shared her stitching and some quilting, as well as some photos of Kai and how he's doing, a little update on him. So we have a Friday Off the Grid baby. So when I say 99.9% about stitching, there is the odd little thing that I let sneak in there that, as long as it's combined with crafting and stitching, then, I think that's okay if it happens occasionally. So I think we all sort of are rooting for Kai. Okay, so the giveaway from this week from Kay, 2 charts. The first chart is a Stony Creek collection. It is leaflet number 63, and it is the Holiday Dreams stocking. And Kay says that she will mail that out to a winner. And I'm going to insert a photo of that chart right here. And the second chart up for giveaway today from Kay is the Plum Street Samplers Summer Delivery. Now this is the one that Kay actually has a second copy of. She has 2 copies of this chart, and so she's offering up the second spare chart for giveaway. And Kay sent me a photo of her work in progress, and so instead of including that in the end of the video today, because it's Kay and because she's donating the giveaways for today, I'm going to share that right now so that you can see both the picture of the chart that's up for giveaway and also Kay's work. So I'll put that in right here. And the details on Kay's stitching are that she is working that on a 25 count Lugana that she coffee tea dyed herself, and she's doing 2/1 on that 25 count, and she is converting it to colors that floss that she already had in her stash, and it's looking pretty great, Kay. So keep up the good work. It's looking great. Send me an update maybe next week if you've been working on it, so that I can share it again in the wrap up at the end of these daily videos. Okay, so that's the Because Monday giveaway for today, and I told you about our Facebook group. Please join us over there. The other thing, a few days back, I think it was Thursday, it wasn't Friday yet, because that was the designer Lina Cross Stitch on Etsy. The day before that, I did the video where I saved the stitches, and I took the bird bath pattern and I made it into a bag. And if you want to look for that video, if you just go back a couple of days, you'll see the screenshot. I'm actually holding up the bag with the birds in the bird bath on the front of it. A couple of people wrote in to tell me the title of that kit. It's actually a kit. So I thought I would share that, because there were more than one of you, more than two of you, more than a few of you who were really interested in that chart, because it's pretty, isn't it? Okay, so that is called the Bird Bath, and it was designed by, now take note, grab a pen and a pencil right now, because my editing time is almost 0 today, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Okay, so the Bird Bath designed by Barbara Bates, and that is spelled B-A-A-T-Z. Counted cross stitch kit. Now originally it was a Busilla kit. I'm not sure that that's still the case. Anyways, the year on it was 1994, because I think someone else wrote in and said it was that it was a Dimensions kit. I mean, Busilla, are they still in business? I should look that up. But again, time today. Time is short. So, Bird Bath designed by Barbara Bates, B-A-A-T-Z, Counted Cross Stitch Kit, Busilla, 1994. There you go. So thank you to those who wrote in to tell me more information on that piece, because the more we know about the history of these things, I think the more interesting it is. And it's really too bad that I have 0 information on the original stitcher of that piece, because that would be really fun. Okay, big gray sock. I came so close, but I stayed up really late last night. My original thought was, I'm gonna stay up late until I finish the sock. I'm not going to bed until I finish the sock. Well, I think it was at 1:30 where I thought, I'm gonna have to call it a day. But I did get to, now I didn't start until late. It's not that I was sitting there all night and only did a few rows. I should have started earlier in the evening. However, other things were going on last night. I did get to the toe. I have put my stitches on my DPNs, and I have done the first 2 rounds of the toe. I've done the first decrease round and the next knit row. And so all I have left to do is the toe. Yarn situation is looking a little bit tight. So don't forget, I do have another skein, so I'm not worried about it, but it would be really neat if this was just exactly enough to finish that toe. And what would be really hilarious would be if I ran out like 2 or 3 rows from the end and just had to cake up that new skein just for that. So anyways, that's fine. I'm gonna miss these big gray socks. So it is almost done. Yarn details, it is a, oh my goodness, and my mind just went completely blank, and I've said it so many times. Knit Picks, Hawthorne fingering in a, it's just a, I'm not even sure it had a name. It might just have been a tonal gray that I looked at and I thought, oh, that looks nice. I love gray yarn. Shocking, I know. A lot of my projects. In fact, the second project that I'm going to share with you right now that's knitting happens to be gray as well. You'll all recognize it. This is Sarah's Afghan that I'm knitting for her. This is the Brooklyn tweed pattern. The pattern is called the Talon Throw. That's T-A-L-O-N, and Brooklyn tweed, 2 words. That is the designer's name. Jared Flood is the owner of Brooklyn Tweed, though I believe he has a number of designers who design the patterns for under the Brooklyn Tweed name. So this is Sarah's Afghan. And the reason I wanted to show it to you today, I haven't shown it to you in a while, and I've moved quite far. Oh dear. My neighbors, we have a tree in our backyard that 90% of the tree is hanging over the fence into their property, and they asked us a week ago if they could take it down. It's a fruit tree, and so I was kind of sad to see it go because the birds really like it, but I understand it is I think it's a mulberry tree, and it drops a lot of fruit on their garden. So I can totally understand why they want to take it down. But wouldn't you know it, I think the guys showed up like right now to take that tree down. So I think you're going to be hearing some chainsawing while we finish this video. But I have to keep going. I can't come back later. So let me just quickly finish up here. This is where I moved my Progress Keeper to the last time I showed it to you. And then I've done 2.5 more repeats of the pattern since the last time I shared it. So I am getting through, almost completed my 4th ball of yarn. I have 15 skeins of yarn total for this Afghan. So to be done 4 of them already, Sarah might actually get this before she has grandchildren. And I don't have grandchildren yet either, but you know, if I don't hurry up, I'm gonna be a grandmother before I give this to her. So anyways, it's coming along. Oh, it's so beautiful. Love this. Wouldn't you know it? Maybe you can't even hear it. I did say the other day that Luna was taking a big drink and I was gonna pause the video, and some people said, oh, I couldn't hear her drinking. I don't know how you could miss that though. It's pretty loud. Anyways, that's okay. I have one more thing to share with you today. I thought I was done, but I forgot. My Savon. Look, I made it to the bottom left corner, all the way down. So I have now, and when I first got to the bottom corner, all I could think of was, oh, I still have a lot of stitching left to do. And I do, but you know what? When you love a piece this much, you don't really want it to end anyway, so that's not a bad thing. But I did make it to the bottom corner. I have about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches of fabric at the bottom. So enough to scrape by. It's not a generous amount, but it will be enough for framing, since I frame right up to the thing there. Yeah, now they're right outside my window. I better wrap this up, you guys. I'm sorry. I wasn't ready to wrap this up so quickly today, but that's going to be very distracting. I will see you tomorrow. I have my Little House Needleworks warm winter woolens to share with you tomorrow because I'm closing in on a finish, believe it or not. But I was going to save it and show it to you tomorrow. I'm gonna have to take some video of this tree coming down because it's massive. And just quickly, the reason why I'm short on time today is because Luna still has hives. She's been breaking out in hives every single day since June 1st. And I have to fill out a bunch of paperwork in order to have some more telehealth vet appointments with the specialist dermatologist vet that we went to see before. Updating information, photos, things like that. I've got to take care of that this afternoon. I had an appointment last week with the vet tech, but they said, you need to call us back. We need to call you back. We need to set up an appointment. So anyways, if I have any more information tomorrow, I'll fill you in a little bit more on that tomorrow. But at the moment, it's kind of, you know, trying to figure out how to handle this because she seems okay. You know, she hasn't had an anaphylactic, you know, like she can still breathe, she's okay. But the hives are really quite, you know, we have dealt with these hives before. It's just that they haven't been happening like they have been lately, where they're every day. So we just have to solve that problem. Okay. See, I fit that in really quick in between big chainsaw comings and goings. So I think my time is up. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take care.